Hi, you are on our fish bones page. And whenever I think about fish bones and us selling them, it always takes me back to a landmark visit by a Malaysian university professor, I think she was, who came to the Fish Society with two master's degree students to find out a bit more about the particular subject they were interested in. And on that day, we happened to be filleting some some halibut. And they were nice, they're big fish. They're sort of, well, actually that's pretty small for a halibut, but you know, in conventional terms, it's a big fish. At the time, we were much less sophisticated than we are now. And the skeleton of the fish, once it had been filleted, went in the bin. So as you can see what's coming up, can't you? So as this Malaysian professor wandered around, she looked in the bin, which was just a bin devoted to, you know, fish waste. And she said, so what are you going to do with those halibut skeletons? And I said, well, I'm sure there's a lot of things we can do with them, but frankly, we're just too busy. They're going to go to be made into pet food. And she was absolutely appalled. And she said, well, would you mind if I took them home? And I thought, well, no problem. So we then had to give her plenty of plastic bags, I'm not sure where they came from, to put in about 25 kilos. Can you imagine that? 25 kilos of halibut bones, which she wasn't on the train. She did have a car. She put them proudly in the back of her car to make into, no doubt, the most fantastic Malaysian fish broth. And I got to tell you, I was pretty ashamed of that episode. And we've been selling fish bones ever since. Now we hardly make any money on these. The cost of keeping them separate and packing them, and you know, it's quite a big bag you get. The economics of that are not very attractive, but we are recycling our fish bones. We also make stock from our bones. So on this page here, you'll find various prime fish bones for sale. I think they're always in 1 kilo bags. And in this case, possibly in memory of that Malaysian professor, we got halibut bones. Now, I think halibut is quite oily, so you need to know what you're doing if you're buying this fish. Turbot and John Dory rather less oily, but at any rate, that is what is going to turn up, a big bag of bones, frozen. So you need to have some space to put that in your freezer. And just for the sheer fun of it, I'm going to open this and give you a bit more detail on it. So in here we have just one halibut, still a little bit frozen. We have just one halibut skeleton with some gorgeous fish on it. I think I might take this back to our fileter and say, I'm sure you could have got a bit more meat off that. You don't have to cook it. Tastes fantastic as it is. And this item is ludicrously cheap for anyone who knows what to do with it. As you can see, make the most of it.